All right, hello. My name is Greg Freeze. I'm from the Frying Pan. I'm the host. Today we don't have no guests, nothing like that. We got some serious topics to go over. So we're gonna go over the kidnapping of the Venezuelan dictator. We're gonna go over Renee Good. All right. Um, that one's gonna be a very touchy subject, especially with it just happening. We're gonna show some things on it and basically see what happens. Okay. Um, And then we're also going to talk about the things that are heating up with Iran because that is a big topic going on. So, first off, first, we're going to start with Renee Gold because that is the hottest topic of the session right now. There's a lot of things going on in the United States, a lot of protests, a lot of things going on, a lot of people seeing the same videos and thinking different things, like, the dress wasn't blue, it was gold type of thing. So, yeah, we're going to break it down a little bit. So first of all, if you saw the body cam, I don't want to show it in this because overall, it's a very touchy thing. I don't want YouTube to flag it, right? I'm gonna start off by saying this: it's very sad she lost her life. Both sides could have played it very differently. Um, it's just one of those things of it was a really bad tension sort of moment here, right? It comes down to the point of fact that both sides were to play. They had a play in the part, and it's sad to see that it got so tense and heated that somebody had to lose their life. And so we're gonna talk about this. Okay, so early documentation. This was from like 3 days ago when it happened. Right, there's a lot of things coming out saying that she was a left wing radical activist, and every Democratic source could pull these and I just picked this one because this one had points and quotations, and I liked it the most for the actual video itself here. Okay, so Good's ex-husband told AP that she had dropped off her 6-year-old son at school and was driving home when they encountered a group of ICE agents on the street. Even though the Trump administration officials have tried to label her as a radical leftist and a Democratic terrorist, her ex husband told the AP she was not an activist and never participated in a protest. Okay, so that's from the ex husband. We're going to go down here. Good's mother, Donna Ganger, okay, told the Minnesota Star Tribune that her daughter is not part of anything like that at all, referring to the anti ICE protesters. Okay, so this is all wrong. Maybe they just didn't know who their daughter was. Because I mean, that type of thing you don't really speak to your parents about. I know I don't really speak politics with my parents unless it's my father and me and him are alone because my mother hates talking about it, right? Her mother could have had different views from her. An ex husband is an ex husband. Why is he going to know anything like that? If we go ahead and look at just this from the New York Post, okay, we come down here. So Renee Nicole Good, the mom who was killed by a federal agent after veering her cars towards him, which was not veering towards him at all, it was veering away from him, but he still got hit, right? I'm going to play devil's advocate here because she did have her tires facing the right way of leaving his path, but he still got hit, and the body cam proves it. You can hear him get hit by the car. Okay. Veering her car towards him was an anti-ICE warrior and was part of a group of activists who worked to document and resist the federal immigration crackdown in Minnesota. The Post can reveal, all right, so we're going to see right here. So Good, who moved to the city last year, linked up with anti-ICE activists through her 6-year-old son's woke charter school, which boasts that it puts social justice first and prioritizes involving kids in political and social activism, multiple local sources said. She was a warrior. She died doing what was right. A mother named Lysia, whose child attends the same school, told the Post at a growing vigil where Good was killed Wednesday. This is her and her girlfriend together. Okay. A lot of people like to say wife, but they weren't married. Okay. I know she was doing the right thing. I watched the video plenty of times, but I also know in my heart the woman she was doing everything right. Good and her wife Rebecca, 40, were raising the boy together in the mostly working class activist heavy neighborhood of South Minneapolis, which features tree lined streets and a large number of homes with window decked outs in LGBTQ plus flags or signs deprecating George Floyd. Okay, so this just goes to show that so far, many of her close friends even were telling the Post that yes, she was part of this they call anti-ICE warriors, or also what another nickname that's going around is anti-ICE queens. Okay, this is also another thing that's going around. All right, so it was through her involvement in the school community and Good became involved in the ICE Watch, a loose coalition of activists dedicated to disrupting ICE raids in the sanctuary city. Okay, this is something that they were planning on doing. Even in the video, it's a really hard one to find because the guy comes out of the house and he's like talking to the wife while I keep saying wife because so many things said wife before, but they weren't married. Talking to the girlfriend saying, "Are you all right? Are you all right?" And she goes, "This is all my fault. I made her come down here. This is all my fault." And in the body cam, you could hear Renee's girlfriend say, "Drive, baby, drive." While the cops, or as other people like to say, not federal agents or not law enforcement, but they are federal agents and they are a law enforcement, were telling her to get out of the car. At first they were telling her to leave the scene, but she was not listening, so they told her to get out of the car. When they tried to reach for the door handle, as you can see right here, right? And this is the girlfriend right here, and you can see this in the body cam footage. She was being an agitator. She was talking all nasty to the actual ICE agent, okay? ICE agent wasn't listening to her, was getting her plates, all right? And now we come down here. From my understanding, she was involved in social justice. We are a tight-knit community, and a lot of parents are activists. Former Southside gym teacher Rashad Rich, who resigned from the school last month, told the Post. So right there, okay, this is somebody from the school saying this is a social activist charter school, and a lot of the parents in that school are activists. Okay, and they're saying that it's a tight-knit community. So we have a lot of people saying that she was an innocent bystander and this shouldn't have happened, that she was just pulling into her driveway. Okay, then why is it that there's videos showing her dancing and singing in her car while sitting in the middle of the road horizontally, and impeding the traffic law there, basically where nobody can drive up or down, they have to go around her? Why is that a thing? Right? And while the officers, ICE agents, were getting all furious and super tense because they don't know what's going on, their buddy's car is stuck in a ditch, a bunch of people are outside, and they're trying to say nobody came outside until basically the shots took place. But all videos show that there was a lot of people, and they were all yelling at the ICE agents. And there's a lot of people saying that she was out there for almost 2 hours, honking her horn, sitting in the middle of the road, blasting music, dancing to it while just sitting in the middle of the road. Okay. As soon as they got orders to get out of the car to be arrested, why is it that the doors were locked so her girlfriend could not get in the vehicle? And why is it that her girlfriend also said, "Drive, baby, drive"? Obviously, they knew they were doing something they shouldn't have, and instead of being caught up in the moment and getting arrested or detained, she tries to drive away from the scene, which she accidentally hit him. This is what I'm saying. Both sides had a bad play in this. I get it. It can be seen as a deadly force weapon for a car. It's just if they let them do their job and actually do what they had to do, this wouldn't have happened. If they listened and complied, they were going to probably be detained and let go, or get maybe a felony charge, because I know that can be up to that. A felony charge of 5 years, right? For impeding inside of a federal investigation. And to just tie this up a little bit more, this is from their actual thing. The searchable database keeps track of ICE vehicles in your area. So, this is they basically hunt these guys, stalk them, and they just watch their every move. How to submit reports to the MN ICE Watch. Who is present? Is it ICE, police, FBI? How many agents are present? What is happening? What are the agents doing? What are they detaining? Or are they detaining / kidnapping somebody? Where is this happening? City, neighborhood, business, streets. When is it happening? When reported, will this still be taking place? What equipment do the agents have? What do their clothes look like? What weapons do they carry? And what vehicles are they present with? So, and then we go here and we see Renee Good was trained against these ICE agents, what to do, what not to do. It's a very thorough training. So, in the heat of the moment, they're training for the anti-ICE watch. It got really bad. To listen to commands, to know your rights, and to whistle when you see an ICE agent, right? The group started off as a very loose confederation of anti-ICE activists, but has recently aligned itself with more radical organizations, including Twin Cities Ungovernables. Basically meaning they don't think they have to follow the law. It's just really bad. It's really bad. It's terrible that she got shot and killed. And it's terrible this happened. It's just overall. I can see why he shot, but I can't see why he shot into her window right after the fact, too. I will say, I think the first shot was justifiable because it went through the windshield. He was still in front of the car. But then he leaned into the car afterwards and took another 2 shots. Like, why? Why was that other 2 shots there? The first shot probably did his job. If it didn't kill her, it definitely made her not. She was going to still crash that car. And also, why is it they didn't allow her to get medical treatment when this happened? It's very bad. It's very bad. This is why I'm saying both sides really messed up. And I'm not going to say the guy should. It's just real bad. They shouldn't have been there doing what they were doing. But the ICE agent didn't have to double tap. And the ICE agents also didn't have to deny her medical treatment. And I can say this as coming as a conservative of myself. I'm not MAGA. I'm not MAGA. I'm just a conservative man. I believe my views. I believe my faith. That's it. The first shot, definitely self-defense, but the other 2 shots after that, it kind of goes downhill. You know, it goes downhill. Shouldn't have been done. There was no reason for that other shot to come into play, or the other 2 shots. And then there was no reason for them not to allow her to get medical treatment from the neighbors nearby. Yeah. So where I stand is there should be some type of justification for her overall. The more I've been doing, the more I've been reading, the more I've been looking into it, I don't think she deserved to die. I won't say that. I don't think that she deserved to get double tapped and then denied medical attention. I definitely believe that if she wasn't there trying to do what she was doing, it could have been avoided. I do think that the first shot was actually self defense. But everything else after that, it's very iffy. I've talked to my fiance a lot about this, seeing what her stance and views on this were, and she agrees. The first shot is definitely self defense, but there's just some things after that that take place that shouldn't have happened the way they did. So yeah, that's where I stand. I'm not gonna go out and protest it. I'll send my prayers to her kid, but I don't. I don't think this is gonna end well on either side. It's one of those things. A lot of tensions building in the country. Um, we need people that can actually look at the video and be like, okay, I can see why he shot, but I don't see why he shot twice afterwards. And we can't call her completely innocent because she wasn't innocent. Did she deserve to die for what she was doing? No. But we can't call her innocent because she was there doing something and trying to be something and trying to help in her way, which I'm not gonna lie, I agree with the deportation of illegal aliens. I always will. It's just one of those things of America is already stacked as it is. We need to worry about our own people before we allow anybody else into the country. Right? Everybody's suffering. Everybody's down bad. We need to make sure we take care of ours before we take care of anybody else. But yeah, so that's that. Let me know what you think about that, and let me know what you think about the actual ideas that I put out there about. Because look, both sides of the stories can be true, right? Both sides of the stories can be true. It's not completely black and white, especially in this situation. Was she right for doing anything with the protest that she was doing? No, not one bit. Was he right for double tapping her after the first shot? No. Was he right for not letting her get medical attention even though it wasn't probably going to help at all? No. I'm going to say what my fiance said. I definitely think it's something that needs to be maybe retrained. He definitely needs to lose his badge. I don't know about prison because it's the heat of the moment. Adrenaline was pumping. He got hit by a car. And he got hit by another car 6 months before the fact, and he got dragged under that car and almost died. And also, it's been very hot. I mean, Democrats have been pushing the crazy thinking of basically they're not real police officers. Kick them out of your city, which they are federal agents. They hold authority. And in certain things like this, where they're impeding on an investigation, they do have the authority to detain you, to figure out who you are, to figure out what's going on. So I think it's very bad. The Democrats are pushing this whole agenda, basically that, well, don't worry about it. You can do what you want. You guys will suffer the consequence, but we won't. And I think that's a very big thing that they push, and it should not be pushed because it's a very dangerous thing. You can lose your life. There was a superintendent, police officer in Chicago a couple months back said, please do not interfere with these people. They are law enforcement, and you can lose your life messing around with them. Okay? They've been having a lot of car rammings, a lot of people just driving them off the road, a lot of people swarming them, beating the crap out of them. So, I mean, it's a very tough situation. Let them do their job. Don't get in their way. And I mean, if you do get in their way, at least listen and comply. You could protest. You could do what you want. It is a free country. But once they tell you to do something because you broke some laws, listen to them. Don't give them a hard time. People back in the 70s, 60s, and 80s, they used to protest peacefully. If they got detained, they listened and complied. But overall, I'm going to leave that on that one. Let me know what you think. Let me know your topics on this. Let me know your ideas. Let me know what you're thinking in your head right there. Because overall, I do want to hear it. I do want to hear it. If it's just going to be you coming at me sideways because you have no other way to defend your point, I don't want to hear that. I mean, you can say it, but I just don't care. But overall, please leave your thoughts. Let me know, and we can have a good talk. We can have a good conversation about it because I do comment back. I do look at them. Just let me know. All right. So on to the next topic here. We're gonna talk about the Venezuela dictator getting kidnapped. All right. This one I'm just gonna go over pretty quick. It's gonna be a nice little breeze through, like 5 minutes. How can you go and say no kings, but then you're protesting and get a king, a dictator, out of prison after we get him out of his country on charges for narco terrorist things like drug mules and moving drugs illegally, selling illegal oil that you're getting from Iran and basically getting it to you illegally to sell to Russia. Um, it's just a lot of things here going on, right? I think he should have been a little more transparent about why he did it. I don't think Trump is telling the whole story for himself because the oil was definitely a big thing. I think it's also a power move. The reason I say a power move is because there was a Chinese spy submarine on the coast of Venezuela. This has been going on for a little bit now. You can go ahead and fact check me. Don't need to pull it up because I already know this. All right. There was a Chinese spy submarine sitting off the coast of Venezuela. There's also a bunch of firearms going through Venezuela from Russia. Russia also built an ammunition factory in Venezuela. Venezuela is also selling millions and millions and millions of dollars, trillions of dollars, to Russia and China. These are our enemies. I won't say enemies, but they're not our friends. They're not somebody that we can trust wholeheartedly to be sitting off of our coast and sitting right there by us, ready to go. There was even talks about Russia wanting to build military bases in Venezuela. It's just a lot was going on. A lot. That's why a bunch of Russian news articles came out saying, with this happening in Venezuela, what's it going to do to Putin's ties with Venezuela? There's just a lot of things. I think it's more of a power move. Yeah, I think it was a power move. I think it was the right move because we don't want those guys any closer than they need to be because they can shoot off any missiles they want from Venezuela and hit us. All right. They build a base over there. They can store nuclear missiles and we'll be dead on a drop. All right. So, especially with their hypersonic nukes, they can't go nearly as far, but they can get there a lot quicker. All right. So, that's where I sit with that. I think it was a good thing. I can't believe the left is mad about him taking out a dictator and freeing Venezuelan people. Yes, that was a plus, right? That's not the main reason we did it. I won't listen to Trump when he says that's the main reason we did it. I think it was a power move, and it shows, especially with all the evidence that was coming out with it. I think the oil was a plus. I think freeing them was a plus, but I think it was also a power move to let them know, like, hey, go back to where you came from, because we don't want you in our backyard like how you're in our backyard right now, right? So I think that's a big thing. All right. Now let me step on the toes here about a little bit about Iran. Right now, Iran is revolting against its government. Like how it's done before. It's protests and stuff. Now it's like major protests that's been going on for a couple weeks, and we can see overall that this time looks very different because Iran is now starting to kill its own people. About 500 people have died since this protest slash revolt has been going on, and that's just what we can confirm. Okay. Now, Iran has now cut off all internet access, any phone lines, anything like that from getting out of the country. All right, which is usually a no-no sign. Okay. Um, but because Starnet, Elon Musk satellites and stuff like that, there's still videos getting out, and we're seeing people get killed. We're seeing people get ran over by vehicles, and also dying. Um, we're seeing groups of people getting tear gassed, and they're not protesting like how our people protest. Protesting actually peacefully. They want a difference. They want something to change. Because Iran's not doing that great. Um, not one bit. They went back probably about 150 years. Like they're, it's not good there. It's not good at all. Um, and now Russia has a F-16, a couple F-16s waiting just to see if the dictator of Iran needs to leave on a quick note because they know things are getting to the boiling point where even now Donald Trump says, kill any more people, you pass that red line for me, we're going to interfere. My thoughts on that is I don't know if they should. He already did one power move just not too long ago. This will be seen as another power move. Themselves, right? Because when it comes down to it, if we arm the people there, it's not like we're actually interfering. We're just helping support the revolution. So maybe new leadership and a new government can come in hand and actually take care of what they got to take care of. They're not good people there. It's pretty bad from all the videos that I've seen. Um, but yeah, that's where I'm gonna leave it on that. I don't know if you should actually do anything about it. Maybe support the people like how we're supporting Ukraine, which I didn't really support that just because yeah, it's I want America to be better. I want Americans to have more. Um, like I said, I care about us, right? Only reason I was okay with Venezuela is because there was a lot of things happening in Venezuela. People were coming into our backyard. People were making a lot of trades. Um, Venezuela was tied with Iran, China, Russia. Normally our biggest threats, and it's just not good. And I just don't know. I think maybe if anything, we should have Israel help out Iran, but I don't think we should get our hands dirty with this at all because this could turn sideways, and we don't want to be in it. You guys, let me know what you thought about those two topics. Leave some comments. Let me know what you guys have, your insights on it. If you have any posts you want me to see, go ahead and link them in the bottom. I'll check them out. Besides that, that's going to be it for the episode. About 30-minute long episode. It's nothing too crazy, nothing too long. Just nice, sweet. Hit those three topics. I'm out for the day. If anything else pops up, I'll go ahead and make a video on it. Keep you guys updated. I'm also going to show both sides just like I did. I'm going to show the Democratic side and the Republican side, especially with something like the Nicole Good situation, right? Because, like I said, it is deeply saddening that a 6-year-old lost their mother. Her other two kids she didn't have custody of, but she had custody of her 6-year-old son. And now he's going to have to grow up without a mother, which is very sad. Um, but besides that, I do want to say thank you guys for watching. Leave your thoughts in the comments. If you could, leave a like, follow, subscribe, do your thing. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one.